Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Is my audio okay? My headphones are currently dead, so
Yeah, it seems good.
nice. How are you doing this
Yeah.
week?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Uh, yeah, I mentioned I made some good progress writing like rhymes on last weekend, and then I sort of
Yeah.
slowed down. I was working on like basically the third rap, and I was struggling. It's like it's a much faster beat that I happen to find, so I'm kind of going back and forth. Like, should I try to make a beat that's kind of faster work? It's not even the fastest beat that I have overall, but I kind of it limits like how many words you can say, and I have to sort of figure out if I can say it fast enough, and but also just the theming and stuff of the rap. It's sort of I was playing around. I was sort of trying to think what should I, what can I reach for in terms of themes, and uh, so that's been like an interesting process, like running into that.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you try to do like the 3 hours during the Oscars?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that ended
that
up
sort of.
that just ended up being like I spent like maybe 2 hours of those like writing and taking breaks.
Nice.
Yeah, so it just became like a time for writing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I liked what you said in the message around like the scale of it, like presenting different challenges around like
Mm.
when it's 4 minutes, it's easier. Like you throw in like a couple of different flows, and then it feels like engaging the whole time. But when it's like 40 minutes, or like then
Oh yeah.
it's harder to sort of like maintain that I don't know, engagement, I guess, like with um, yeah, you have to think more about creating differences
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess it becomes kind of like a somewhat of a concert length would be like an analogy, like what how do you perform?
Uh-huh.
That would be like the ideal thing would be keep people like entertained the way that a concert has like variety. But I don't yeah, I'm not even really I'll see what sort of happens. I'll just like write whatever I can sort of get to fill the space and then see what it ends up being. Uh, but yeah, I kind of see how I could end up writing a lot of it that's like low quality and then spending time trying to make it like better. So I was thinking like I was getting a bit stuck on this one rap, and then I thought like maybe I should just write like a rap that's themed around like Adventure Time, the cartoon, because I've watched Adventure Time a bunch, and it won't like
Oh,
fit.
nice.
It won't really make a whole lot of sense. It won't correspond to like the story or whatever. But maybe yeah, I don't know what like it'll. I wouldn't worry too much about like diluting the story or something like that. But it's just like if I can I need, at some point I want to write like an Adventure Time rap, so it might as well be like part of this greater whole. And then maybe this just ends up becoming like kind of a 40-minute like album of different like things because I basically need content to like rap about.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I didn't know Adventure Time was a big point of influence or like thing that you enjoyed. Um,
Yeah, I ended up like watching a lot of it myself, and then I found like it was just kind of light and fun and like pleasing, but also it deals with like bigger themes under the surface, and you can kind of like think into it more, and the characters are like very compelling. But then this one, it's kind of weird because the section that I started slowing down on was it's kind of like the part of the story where I in the like what was originally the video game story. It's where I like go to my like sister's place, and then in the story of the game, it's like my sister kind of teaches you how to make a fire and how to cook. So that's like the story, the game story. But then in terms of rap, I was sort of leaning on more like stuff that I know from like my sister, but then we never like for example, we've never like cooked together. That's never been like a thing that we've done. Like we did other stuff like we played like GameCube, for example, or Super Nintendo, a few games. And
mhm.
there's various like things that we did. So then I thought like I could like rapping about cooking doesn't seem as like authentic. So then I would maybe pull from the other themes of my childhood or childhood in general. Uh, or just, and that sort of gets into like the 90s culture. So then it almost becomes like listing a bunch of like 90s culture stuff, especially because of the faster beat doesn't really let me say like sentences. So then I just have to say a bunch of stuff that's like vibes. So then it's like, oh yeah, I guess I could like do the vibe of the 90s. And that sort of makes me think of like a more peaceful, innocent time, which is kind of the theme of Adventure Time. So then it's kind of, but then yeah, it's hard to like wrangle with like, should this really be like a scene in the quote unquote like musical movie that I'm producing based off this video game story, or should it just be like whatever I can rap about that sounds cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like that's a useful like thing to wrangle with as you're going. I'm excited to see whatever you end up whatever you end up making.
Yeah, my goal is mostly like try to get the best quality recording and flow and like like I don't know, diction, or just kind of get a good like not too many like try to just be very consistent about like distance of my voice to the microphone, etc., so that the whole thing kind of has like feels like it's produced in a more quality way than like no background noise and stuff, and then just lyrics to like hold the place to give me like something to practice like rapping on, and I think then, but it's kind of like that's actually what I like listening to, is just a list of a bunch of stuff that like triggers different thoughts in my head, and then no repeating chorus, just a big list of a bunch of things is pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, very cool. Are you hoping to finish it up? You said like by the end of the month.
Yeah, I guess, and like end of the month is, I'll see. I feel like I could get there, and maybe now I don't have to submit it to the, like I definitely won't finish it by the end of the week, so I'll miss the deadline for like submitting it to the 40 minutes or more Oscars thing. So that kind of removes the constraint of being 40 minutes or more. So maybe I'll try to get, I'll sort of work with the assumption like I'll try to get as close or over the 40-minute mark as I can. But then if I, as it approaches the end of March and I run out of steam, then I'll just release like hopefully something, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. But I still feel like I could get to 40 if I stretch this, like if I sort of go out of the bounds of the story a bit and just kind of pull in. But maybe if I get like a few good work sessions, maybe everything kind of like feeds together in a more pleasing way.
Yeah. That'd be a good lore companion piece to the to the game, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we play Slay the Spire?
Yeah, let's do it. I was excited to see the suggestion. Have you been playing it at all, or?
No, yeah, I just bought it and downloaded it today and just launched it just now.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I sort of just saw that it has multiplayer, but then I've seen like MinMax is like picking up their discussion about it a little bit. Like people are saying they're very impressed by it, but I don't know. I kind of don't understand exactly. Like I sort of have learnt in passing that it's a like kind of like a roguelike engine game. You're doing a deck building to win like sort of these battles, but I don't really know how to classify. Yeah, it's interesting that the genre, like no one is like dropping the genre or saying that like players of this game would like this game. It's kind of just this game that has its own fan base that's out there, and there isn't a lot of, it doesn't feel like it has had like Balatro level success, for example. Like the general audience of not super hardcore gamers don't seem to be like understanding what it is or something. Like I certainly feel like I'm not really sure what I'm hoping to get out of it or something.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like I'm sure, I don't know, people have written and talked about this proliferation of like roguelike deck builder genre, where like, and then all the like the evolutions. Like I feel like, oh, yeah, like I my start with the genre, like I don't even remember what the first one I played was. Like maybe like Luck Be Landlord, and then yeah, I played yeah like Balatro and Slay the Spire and yeah, and like some other ones like Wild Frost. Actually, like Wild Frost was, was like maybe my favorite one. Um, but it's like so clearly like it takes, from what I understand, like Slay the Spire was kind of like one of the first big ones
Oh yeah.
that like actually a lot of people played, and then there's been a lot of like games that kind of iterate on top of that original one. Um, yeah, I don't know. I liked the first one, but like, and I like this one. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there are other games that I like liked just as much or more. Like I don't know. It's just like a super addicting, enjoyable genre for me. I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's my ramble.
Yeah, I don't know what. I've played other like card-based games. Like what's that? Like Stacklands. I found pretty interesting.
Mm.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
I
we
think.
got. Did you get kicked from
Yeah.
the session or something?
Oops. I think so. I think I yeah, I've been trying to get my my brother and my nephew to play with me, but I haven't
Yeah, I don't
convinced
even
them
know
yet.
exactly. The first one didn't have multiplayer. It looks like, so I don't even
Yeah.
know. I have
Yeah,
no
I
idea
watched
how
like
they
five
incorporate the
minutes of
multiplayer.
yeah, I just watched like a little bit of the min-max stream of it just because I was curious, yeah, how it worked, and
Hmm.
yeah, it seems like it's sort of like you can just like free for all it. But if it's your first time playing, then it'll be like a whole lot of like um yeah, just getting to know the systems, I guess.
Yeah, my plan is mostly
Um
do random stuff to just like see. I guess you can hit a check mark
yeah.
somewhere on the right side, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay. So who do I want to play as? Do you only have access to the first
Uh huh.
character?
Yeah, only he's unlocked.
Okay, cool. I'll play as the second character. I'm gonna turn down my sound.
Yeah, I felt like I should play this game just out of like that it's a thing that I don't fully understand, and just to see like the UI and the flow of it. It's
Yeah.
interesting because it's interesting how a game like you don't know what to expect in terms of what are the choices you'll have or the challenge or the skill base or whatever. And it's funny
Yeah.
that like games can kind of from out of nowhere they can create these like never seen before challenge like set of challenges you have to go through, and you never really know going into them. Like you like after you've seen it, you sort of it becomes part of your like vocabulary in terms of game design, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I feel like yeah, this one is definitely like um feels like very core to like I don't know, like a lot of yeah, game design these days. Um
Oh, I have to choose one
yeah,
of
and it's
these
cool that it's
things.
meeting Godot. Like I yeah, I enjoy that aspect of it. What do I do?
So
Oh.
is the Spire? Are we like? Is that the objective of the game? Is to slay the Spire, and he's the final boss?
Yeah, so like in the first one, it's like you get to the top of this spire. It's like pretty like long. Like we'll probably just die before we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, you get to the top and then um, if you have like a certain set of preconditions, you can like go kill the heart, which is like this extra final challenge. But as this is in early access, they don't have that. So for now, it's just you make it to the top, and there is like a difficult final boss, but not like a final boss. Um, yeah, let me know if you want things explained at all, or yeah, you can also just mess around. Um,
So are we
yeah, there's
fighting in
something else.
like parallel, or like we both sort of like we both take a turn, we end our turns separately. When we're both ended, they take their turn.
Yeah, my understanding is that like when it's our turn, we can order our actions like however we want. So we can kind of just like do things simultaneously, though it is like there are certain things that where the order definitely matters. So it's like useful to communicate. But and then the enemies go. But I don't know like because normally well, yeah, I don't know who like attacks who or whatever. If so the thing on the right means that it's going to attack twice for like 2 damage each, and I don't know like where that damage is going to go yet, but I guess we'll see.
Do the characters themselves have levels?
Uh, so
Or can,
the characters like all have different like massively different like card sets. Which is fun. Like in the first game, there were 3 different characters, and they all play like quite differently. This game, there's like 5, I think, already, which is cool. Um, and okay, so this guy is vulnerable. Yeah, like as you go, you'll get to pick like new cards. So then your card set becomes the thing that's um, like the power scaling over the course of a run. So did that attack both of us, or am I just taking all the hits? I don't actually know.
I took some hits.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so I'll kill that slug. And yeah, it's like it's like a very fun um like figuring out the synergies and everything and um yeah. It's like it's interesting how this game to me it's like super similar to the first one with just like a little like more stuff. Um, but I guess yeah, that's just like what people want. Like people really like the first one, so
So yeah, I guess we have every battle we're losing some health, we're gaining some strength in cards like between battles.
yep,
And yeah, it's
yeah, that's
basically just
basically
like
it.
I guess when like do you think it's there's more harder enemies because there's more players, and I assume like we both die individually, but if we both die at the same time, or like once either of us dies, it's just like a one player thing, and then if that person dies, the round ends or the run ends.
That's a great question. Yeah, I have no idea how it
Yeah.
handles death. Yeah, I think the enemies do have more health, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if
Yeah, maybe
anything
if like
else.
one of us dies, it ends the run. I wonder.
Right. Yeah. Maybe so. Um, okay. I'm going for a discard synergy deck. See how that works. Oh, okay. So,
Do we both? Is it like we have one choice for both of us? Like, did it
yeah, I don't know.
advance? when I clicked there, did it advance?
Oh, you click the this Sword of Stone?
Clicked, yeah,
Okay,
like it.
okay,
But is
nice. So
that
I guess we both get the option of which to take.
so? We could both do
Okay,
like a different one, I guess.
yeah. Okay, but we both went for the sword, so I guess we should. So so that means we should try and like beat 5 elite ones as fast as possible, because then the sword will turn into a powerful relic, um, which is usually helpful. So oh yeah, I can draw. So this guy is like an elite. Um, so I guess kind of any path leads there, but um,
I
I don't
didn't know you could
know.
draw.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
go mystery box.
a funny like way to handle just like arbitrary map markers.
Yeah. Chosen cheese. Okay, I'm going chosen cheese. I'm taking some early damage. For the cards. I could see some cards flash across briefly.
Oh, so these are not fights; they're just like.
Yeah, sometimes. So yeah, when it's like a question mark, it like kind of could be anything. Sometimes it's just like a normal fight. Sometimes it's this other random stuff. Um. Hmm. Okay. Spoils map. All right. Should we go to the campfire?
Is there some kind of voting? I
I don't
wonder if we
know.
pick different
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, men's an option. Um. So yeah, normally like upgrading your cards like really good at the beginning. Um, but I am kind of low on health. So yeah, I'll upgrade my card. I'll risk it. Kind of like just like taking big risks at the beginning, and then like I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes uh I die like sort of quick, but um, if I don't, then usually I can like build a good engine, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's also like these potions to get more energy. Maybe I'll use it. Oh, I guess. Oh, cool. Okay, so I can use the potion on you too if I wanted to.
How did you get the potion?
Good question. Yeah, I don't know. I
Or you
don't
start
remember.
with one?
Yeah.
Are some cards just like better than others? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Like so it's often like advantageous, especially near the beginning, to get rid of your strikes and defends, um,
oh yeah,
because they are just kind of like weak. But then the other cards, so like and your other starting cards are usually like not that good. But so cards can be like upgraded one time, which makes them better, and also like they're it's like more about like synergies usually. Like sometimes there's like really powerful rare cards, but they usually like cost a lot of energy or something. Um, so it's like Yeah, rarely do you get a card that it's like, oh, now I'm like set. It's like more of like you build up some synergies over time in your deck, I guess. Like I just got like one card that is like plays for free if it's discarded. So now I'm trying to find like other cards like that, and then I'll also try and find like
Mm.
cards that cause discards. Um, so that's my current strategy.
You can discard. You just click and drag to the discard pile to discard.
So there's like some cards that have effects where it's like you can play this, but then you have to discard a card in your hand, which is like normally a
Oh
downside.
yeah.
But in my case, it's yeah. So this is an elite, so like yeah, I'm already like a little low health. It's like possible it'll just kill me, um, and we'll yeah die quickly. Um, I'm gonna defend myself a bunch because it's gonna attack for 17. Yeah, I might have bit off more than I could chew. Um, yeah, I was like, I got briefly obsessed with this game and played until I like just like beat the lowest difficulty for all the characters, and then I forced myself to stop. I was becoming addicted. Hmm. It'll be close. I'm not landing any of my synergies, alas.
So is your character like they pay off more if you get some lucky combos or like once it gets started, but in the beginning they're slightly weaker to like compensate?
Yeah, yeah. I guess yeah. This character is usually a bit more of like glass cannon. Um, yeah. There's a
Hmm.
few different synergies with this one. Like there's the discard one that I'm going for that I think I'm gonna die. um, and then there's like poison build. Like you can get a lot of things that deal poison. So you just like deal poison and then you just like um, get a bunch of defense and try to survive. Um, and the other one's like uh, where you can just produce like an endless stream of like low cost cards that do like a little bit of damage and like chip away. Those are the ones that I remember.
I like that so far it doesn't there's no probability based like it's not like they miss or we miss. Like sometimes it's like everything is does what it says so
Right.
far.
Yeah, it's all very deterministic. I guess yeah, the only chance-based thing within a single combat is like the cards you draw in what order.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you draw it, then it's like you can sort of strategize perfectly. Hmm.
It's cool that we see each other's like mouse cursor as like you can kind of tell what the person's what's going on their side.
Yeah, that is helpful. Let's see. Okay, so luckily with this attack, oh yeah, so it'll got stunned. Otherwise, I would have been dead. Um, but yeah, I still fear for my life. I think think I'm gonna probably die next turn.
He's gonna be
What
so
I
he
guess?
does not.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, because he was stunned somehow.
Yeah. Now he's doing a debuff thing. Yeah, I guess I should wait more for you to apply vulnerable.
I guess I only had that one thing that does vulnerable.
Oh, could it be? So close.
Yeah,
Well,
20. So he does
okay,
27 to both of us, I guess.
I think so. Believe in you. Nice. Oh, they gave me 1 HP. That's interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if that's
Well, this
just
will
like a
be.
standard thing. But yeah, how could you ever get like back on your feet? Because is there any other way to heal unless you like healed right now from the loot drop?
I guess yeah. There's like a few mechanisms. Like the main one is like the campfires. You can choose to heal, like via rest or instead of upgrading a card.
Oh yeah, and I guess we could. We have to choose
Um,
between like elite enemy, which probably we couldn't do, and campfire.
yeah, yeah. So we could go to this little treasure chest and then the campfire, and I can get healed up.
Hmm.
And then at the end of like so there's like three like I don't know what they're called, like three acts, and at the end of an act you get full health again. Oh, interesting.
This is like a
Okay.
voting.
Yeah, okay.
Both our
So maybe
hands.
I'll take the Regal pillow and you can take the strawberry.
Oh, that's what it was. Like you can't choose the same one.
Yeah. So now I'll get like ultra healed up from this. And you can, yeah,
Oh, heal. Oh
upgrade the
yeah.
rest. Nice. Good, yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah. Finally, gold. Gold matters.
Yeah. Mm, I'm gonna go get this burning sticks. Oops. Sorry, I forgot. Do not disturb on. Okay. How much gold do you have?
18 left.
Nice. All right. I think we can go elite. Maybe I'm overly optimistic. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, there's bigger payouts, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, nice. It's useful. Um, which guy should I go for? Maybe this one guy. Let's see.
Oh, like the first attack sends them into a higher defense mode or something.
Yeah, there's like little status things
Okay.
underneath their health bar that sometimes will be unique. Um, yeah, this one's like when it gets hit, it shells up. So I use this one.
Do you play like the Resident Evil games at all? That's another series that I don't have any like just sort of like passive awareness of.
Yeah, I don't play. Yeah, I haven't played any of them. I think. Yeah, I really want to try like um Resident Evil 4, just because I've heard so good and like a little like the focus. It's like a little more actiony compared to just like pure horror, I guess. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's,
I'm kind of probably like just too scared. I don't know. Yeah, what about you?
yeah. I don't have a great sense for like the. I haven't even played enough horror games to really know like how much I would be triggered by horror. I assume I would be kind of scared. But yeah, also in
Yeah.
general, I don't know what to expect of like a Resident. Like when people say Resident Evil, and I think about the different things I've heard about the different games, I can't even really piece together like what I would come to expect from a typical like installation of the series or whatever.
hmm Yeah, it seems like a lot of fun. I feel like yeah, if I could get over my being afraid, it would be like really good. But also, yeah, I don't know. It's like with the latest one, I feel like there's a lot of uh, like nostalgia stuff and um, like you get more out of it if you know the lore of like previous games. Um, where it's like becomes such like a long storied series at this point. It's just like a little intimidating to jump in for the first time.
Yeah, there's weird. It seems a little bit uh, like I'm identifying games that are like kind of made for like games journalists. Like some like
Uh-huh.
some games are like they're more fun before the internet has like figured them out, and that's part of the reported
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah, so it's like some journal like games journalists will be like, oh, it was really fun like playing it because everyone else like Arc Raiders was like, well, the first people in the game are all like games journalists and they're all having a good like mutually
Right.
beneficial time, and then it's like, but they're not measuring like when it gets to the real players or when it's already, it doesn't feel magical like a new world to explore. It feels like it's been explored. And then there's games that are, yeah, like Resident Evil, like you say, like it's like who's played every Resident Evil and isn't like in the games journalism industry in some sense, or like
Uh-huh.
Final, like who can like fully appreciate a Final Fantasy game without being like part of the people that like review them or something, or have
Right.
interviewed personally like the devs or something like that. Uh, and then
Yeah.
Blueprints was also like it seems to require like a level of awareness of what to look for in like a game, like what is part of the puzzle and what is not, and that's like something actually that's very fun for like a games journalist to like discern between, because that's what they
Uh-huh.
study. But then for the average player, it's sort of like they're not they're not like gonna really benefit. Like it's like the game should probably just tell you, but that's not. It's like making it more funner for the people that are better at games at the expense of people that like are just kind of walking in.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Blueprints was such an interesting experience for that, where it was like I could see how I don't know, like there's yeah, like it's like intriguing for like a couple hours, before you start to hit like um, I don't know, like
Mm.
some turning point where it either like really starts to not work for you, or you're like all in, you know? And I guess like for people reviewing games, it's like either they just do this for a few hours and then, base the review off that, or like maybe they're a little more likely to take that turn and be like, okay, I'm all in on this, but they're less likely to be like, oh, I played like 2 hours and I'm not super excited to play more. So I'm gonna like incorporate that into the review. Like it's like a weird fail state that doesn't like that doesn't happen much for
Mm.
games critics, I guess. Um,
Yeah, it feels a bit like in today's world, games should like release for everyone, and then they're like people who don't want to like invest in the game right away can watch like a playthrough while having like access the ability to play the game as well. The whole idea of like some people getting it before others for the purpose of reviewing early versions or something is a bit strange in today's world where like everything can be so like it's like there's so many games coming out. So if you make one that stands out to like any group of people, especially those that like review games, it's like is that kind of what you need to do these days to get your game to stand out? And then in that case, we're now optimizing every game for like those that are reviewing it at the expense of like play the players, because you that would have to be the case. Like there's no way to it's not like these people are completely impartial and could have the experience of like everyone in the world playing a game that's new or something. But
yeah,
yeah,
I
it sort
feel
of
like
feels like
I
it's following a similar trend to everything else. Like everything's becoming very hyper and specialized, but the old antiquated systems that we value stuff or curate it can't really keep up or something.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's like there's definitely like utility to reviews that I don't like maybe don't see, but I do feel like I agree with that. Like that resonates. I I I love like games criticism that like isn't like, oh, like just I don't know, trying to say good bad like
Yeah.
um score, like the type of stuff that like deepens my appreciation and relationship with the game. Like I'm all in for that stuff.
Yeah, I guess
But
that's an interesting thing to bring up, because in the context of like Resident Evil, for example, I guess they're doing the deepest dive like min-max on Resident Evil, but even that it's like I'm not ready. Like I know nothing about. I need like a primer on what Resident Evil is for like someone who probably won't like play it. Uh, but they're doing like a deepest dive on on the game that I probably could not like jump into and play. So then it's like this like it's sort of expecting people to be somewhere that they'd have to do like a lot of work to get to like understand
yeah, just
yeah
like what it is. Yeah, which I guess
yeah
like more straightforward reviews could ideally provide, or like trailers, but I guess yeah, trailers are often kind of misleading. I don't know.
yeah. I really like the like seeing people just kind of play a game, and then also in like a new show plus format maybe go back and play like the older games and have more of like a discussion that fills in like their thoughts around the franchise, and then that becomes more like then I have a connection to a game by watching like creators play it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's it's like such a like some games where I'm like so appreciative that I got to like play it and form an opinion of it, like completely separate of anybody else, or almost anybody else. But um, yeah, I think there's all sorts of other games where it's like, well, one, I would have just never played this without hearing someone else's opinion about it. Um,
Yeah.
and two, it just like it primes me so much better for like what the game is. I don't know.
That kind of happened to me though in Blueprints. Like I kept hearing about Blueprints, and so I played it, but I feel that it's not something that I could like really invest the time into and get like a return on so far.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's why I was feeling a bit like Blueprints could be optimized. I just started feeling like that's what sort of made me start thinking along these lines, that I feel like Blueprints could. Oh, I forgot to use my potions actually.
I'm gonna use my potion too on the off chance we survive this. This elite.
How do you click them and drag them? Oh, I guess I have to wait for my turn or something.
Can I add defense for you? No. Are you gonna die? Oh no. Okay.
No.
Let's see. Um. Uh, Strength and whatnot. Yeah, what do you think about play the Spire so far? This is kind of a weird first experience with it to be like, yeah,
Talking about like
having your
games criticism in
yeah,
general as we.
yeah, like not like paying deep attention to like something completely new and unfamiliar.
I feel like that's the way I got to get into stuff though. Like I need to have
Uh-huh.
like I need to be like sort of thinking about something else as I click through the UI and just become familiar. And then now like my
Yeah,
subconscious, yeah, is like exposed to it, and now I can come back at some point and have an easier time.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I found yeah, it was such an interesting like I played that Wild Frost game before this. Um, that yeah, I really loved that. I guess yeah, some people didn't like it as much. I don't know. Oh, I thought I was going to survive that. Oh well.
That was his.
uh,
That was a weirdly fast animation for his attack.
yeah, like did we get a turn in between there? I feel like I don't know. Something happened. Something weird happened there. But yeah, going from Wild Frost then to this, it was like I immediately understood everything because and then I was like, oh, that's because Wild Frost like took a lot of their mechanics from this game. So yeah, now I guess that's one I don't know pros and cons, but one nice aspect to having like games that are all like inspired by each other is like once you play one, then you can jump into another, and it feels like more understandable. Like playing a shooter for the first time or something. We're on our last legs. Dead. You have 1 HP.
And was
Nice.
uh I guess we were not like if we win this act, I assume there's like other like it's not like we were like 3 squares away from the end or something. Or were
Yeah,
we?
there's two more acts after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I like a lot of times it feels like it's a fairly balanced challenge throughout. Like it's like maybe outside of like the first couple combats, like I have a somewhat equal chance of dying anywhere, which is like I think um, testament to just like good game design. And it like feels like just the right amount of engaging through the whole thing. Um,
Yeah.
but I guess also like, and maybe they'll like patch some of this, but there's like a lot of ways where like a little bit before the very end you can build like an infinite generator hand, where it's like no, basically no matter what you can just like generate infinite damage or infinite block or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like fun to achieve, but then I feel like it takes away, like if you get there too soon, then it's like, well, the rest of this is just like academic kind of like there's no like thought process anymore or like danger of losing. So yeah, I don't know, but it can be fun to get there like at the very end, then you feel kind of like a power fantasy.
Yeah, I like that. That's one of my favorite feelings in games is playing like within the rules of the games to what feels like sort of break the game while playing within the rules.
Yeah,
And yeah, and getting to a part where like you can kind of just do like you can whatever sort of fantasies you want to like live out in the game, you can like do that while you sort of feel like you've like get broken into the matrix or something where you've seen the systems and you can use them to like sort of achieve uh, all sorts of things that you'd want to do. Uh, I got that
yeah,
feeling in
totally.
when I was playing like Elden Ring. I would go fight this. There's this one like enemy you can just like repeatedly knock off a cliff and get a bunch of like runes, and you can like level up your character a bunch. And that was it.
uh,
Didn't it ends up like not making you super powerful, but it was enough that I felt like I could play large sections of the game without much issue, and that was fun because it's nice to like almost like do some kind of like go through some kind of exploitation of some aspect of the system and then use that to like be overpowered in other areas, and it somehow it feels like relaxing where you don't have to put in like effort in unexpected ways. You just can focus on one thing and have success that way.
yeah, yeah, it's interesting like the times when that works and when that doesn't. Like it's, I feel like for me it's such a fine line of like that feeling really good or it feeling sort of um, yeah, like it takes away something from the game. Like I don't know exactly what that line is. I guess it's like, yeah, if it feels like, yeah, like something that I chose or was like a little bit smart for doing or something.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't know.
That's an interesting like kernel of like game design though. Like making the player feel smart and like they did something to get the outcome and that like they deserve,
Right.
to like sort of weld the power, yeah, a little bit. And then yeah, just the fun, like sort of showing the player like how difficult it is originally and then giving them some kind of ability to like skip that stuff. I was noticing the other day, like I've sort of planned most Tuesdays. I always want to go to the library in the evenings from like 6 to 8 or something like after work. But now that I've sort of have that in the schedule, like for the last 2 weeks, I've felt like too tired to go. But just the idea that I, I could go if I wanted to, but I'm giving myself a break by not going makes me feel
Hmm.
better than like if I had nothing planned that evening and I was just doing nothing and I was also tired, I would feel like bad because I would be like, oh, I'm not accomplishing anything. I have nothing planned. I'm also tired. But if it's like, if I have the ability to like sort of cash in, like I thought I was going to do this extra thing and then I don't have to do it. Suddenly it's like, oh, I have free time and I can use it to rest or something. And it's just like it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like I've sort of designed some kind of challenge that I get to just kind of skip over or something.
Yeah, like there's nothing that feels better than like if there's like a meeting that you're not
Yeah.
looking forward to, like it being canceled. Like it's just like, oh, like, compared to if it just never existed, like so much better.
That would be kind of
Yeah,
funny to put stuff like that in a game where you just
yeah,
like a game where like you kind of have this busy calendar or something, but you suddenly kind of realize you can just kind of not do any of it, and then you're just chilling, like you can just relax in the game and get that feeling of like blowing off some kind of other much harder task.
Yeah. There's some game I saw. Gosh, yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like sort of like a shortish walking simulator, I think. But the idea is like you're just like an intern at some like office job, and people like keep coming up to you like asking you to do things, and you just like scream no in their face, and it sort of like it like knocks them back. But it's just like that's like, as far as I can tell, like the kind of the only gag in the game. Like maybe there's more that happens later, but it's just like it might be called like a game about saying no or something like that. Um, but yeah, I like that as a premise.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
All right. Well,
Did you
peace out.
live?
I'm gonna go on a solo vacation next week, which I'm looking forward to.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
don't think I've ever gone on a solo vacation, so
Oh, neat. Yeah, I really like that stuff. I feel like in my early like 20s, I had a lot of time to do be on my own, have my own habits, and do some like solo vacations. And
uh,
eventually, I sort of noticed like eventually it gets lonely, or it feels like what's the point of doing this because no one's here to like witness it or something. But it definitely,
yeah,
I really enjoy. Like I feel it's like extremely like formative and valuable to be like alone and bored and just sort of face that. And I feel like from that emerges like our brain having to like entertain itself, or we have to like be the driver of where we go and what we see on the vacation. And then I feel like we just kind of come away learning about our true selves rather than we're not like influenced by any other group decision or something. So I found that stuff was,
yeah,
yeah. Often I think it's interesting that some people have not like had that opportunity. I started wondering at one point, like, how do people really know even what they want in life if they've never had just themselves like sort of fully driving or something?
right. Yeah, like I think I lived alone for like a year or maybe a year and a half. But I feel like yeah, that was like an interestingly formative time because it's
Right.
like yeah, I feel like I don't know, I really learned about myself a lot more living
Yeah.
alone in some ways. But yeah, I'm like debating like not bringing my laptop just so
Mm.
I can like yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll write or something.
It's
um,
exciting too. Like if you don't get exposed to any news, there is that feeling when you come back to that like there's a bunch of stuff happened and you like a bunch
uh-huh.
of bunch of podcasts are queued up and stuff. And that's always an interesting like it's like a loot box of just dropping all this like stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I think I would kind of like that. Just
Yeah.
sort of unplugging totally. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Hmm. Well, yeah, good luck with that. I'll be interested to hear how it all
Thanks.
goes. Hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, good playing. Good talking.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you then.
See ya.
Bye.